Alright, so today is Thursday, 3/26, and our title is Solving Real-World Inequalities. And we are just going to quickly review some of the inequality work that we've done over the last couple days that you guys have done a really good job with, and then we're going to build on that with some real-world kind of word problems. So the idea is that, just for review, that we said if x is greater than 3, that we could graph this on the number line, and we would just put 2, 3, 4 on the number line right here, and then either on the line or right above it, I would put an open circle because I can't include 3, and this is going to be where this real world stuff is important, that I can't include 3, but I want to include every number, okay, that is greater than 3. So that means the numbers of 4, 5, 6, whatever, but also the numbers like 3.1, 3.001, all of those numbers are greater than 3, and it's represented by this line going this way. And as we remember, this point to my arrow looks exactly like the point to my inequality sign. Alright, so what we have here is we're going to do two more examples. We're going to do y is less than or equal to 8, and s is greater than or equal to 16. So if I had 7, 8, 9 on number line, I would put a closed circle above 8 because that means I can include 8 in my answer, right? So I want numbers that are less than or equal to, right? And you can kind of see in here, right, that if you write it a certain way, it kind of looks like equal to also, that I want all of the numbers that are to the left or less than 8, and including 8 because I have a closed circle. The same thing is going to go here for 16. So I have 15, 16, 17. I'm going to close the circle above 16, meaning it's included, and then I'm going to draw my arrow to the right because I want every number, including 16, that's greater or equal to 16. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. So we don't want to, you don't have to write out this equation or this sentence, okay? But the idea is that you must be 16 years or older to have a driver's license. Now the idea is that I want to talk about, okay, so here's my number 16. So I'm going to put that 15, 16, 17 on a number line. Right, so there's my number line. And it goes on for forever. Now it says you must be 16 years or older. So now I know that I'm dealing with some sort of, right? So I would say A for age. So A needs to be greater than 16. Because I have to be older than 16, or I can be 16. So that means 16 is included. So I want to say that my age, A, has to be greater than or equal to 16. So I can include 16 and draw my arrow to the right. So any age over 16, so 16.1 years or 16 years and 1 month, I can have a driver's license. You know, but I can't be, right? Here is the difference that we don't want to talk about. So a lot of people might want to say, oh, well, I have to be older than 15 to get a driver's license, right? Because 16 is older than 15. No, because you could be 15 and a half, you could be 15 in 364 days. You can't have a driver's license until you're actually 16. So this won't work. That's why we want to use the greater than or equal to sign to represent this inequality. Okay? So we read this and it says you must be 60 inches tall to ride the roller coaster. So we want to do 59, 60, 61. Now, here's the question you want to ask yourself. So we'll say H for height. H, do I have to be bigger or smaller than 60? I have to be taller than 60, so H has to be greater than 60. But can I ride, here's the question we have to ask, can I ride the roller coaster if I'm 60 inches tall? Well, let's read it again. You must be 60 inches tall to ride the roller coaster. So I think 60 means I can ride the roller coaster, so I can be equal to 60 inches tall and I can be every height above 60 inches tall to ride the roller coaster. All right. So for this one here, to earn a ribbon, you have to run more than 30 pacer laps. So we have to run more than 30 pacer laps. Now, what this means here, and we have to understand this, the wording here, is that we have to run more than 30. All right. So we have to use the number 30 because that's the number included in the inequality. So we have to run 29, 30, 31. And we'll put P for pacer laps. Now, here's the question. Here's how you decide if you want to make it P is greater than or equal to. Okay, I'm going to draw my circle and just stop and think about this. If I run 30 pacer laps, will that make me earn a ribbon? Let's see. To earn a ribbon, you need to run more than 30 pacer laps. So if I run 30 pacer laps, will I earn the ribbon? No, I have to run more than that. Now, I'm drawing my arrow this way, meaning that P has to be greater than 30. Not greater than or equal to, because if I run 30, that won't get me my pacer ribbon. So I have to run 31 or more. But we can't say, whoops, that's a little messy. We can't say greater than or equal to 31 because that's not the number used in the inequality. You have to use the number in the inequality given. All right? So if you have less than 3 missing assignments, you can watch the reward movie. Well, the idea here is I'm going to do 2, 3, 4, and now I'm going to say M for movie, or M for missing assignments, whatever you want to do. So I know I'm dealing with 3, and I want to have a number smaller than 3. So I know that M needs to be less than, but if I have 3 missing assignments, can I watch the movie? It says if I have less than 3. So that means that I can't include 3 in my answer. So I'm going to draw my arrow to the left, and my inequality is going to be M is less than 3. So passing time for classes at point is 4 minutes less. I don't really know what passing time is. I'm just making this up as an example. Okay, it might be 4 minutes, it might be 5 minutes. But the idea here is that I have 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. I'm going to put it on my number line. I'm going to put P for passing time. Well, I know that 4 minutes or less. So I know that I want a number that's less than 4. So I'm going to do less. P's got to be less than 4. But if it says 4 minutes or less, that means I can include 4. So I'm going to color in that 4. So the idea here is that I get 4 minutes or less time to get to class. If I take more than 4 minutes, that bell rings, I'm now tardy. So I can take 4 minutes, but I can't take 4 minutes and 1 second because that bell's going to ring, and that 1 second I'm going to be late. So that's why we can include 4 minutes, but 4 minutes and 1 second would be tardy. All right, so we've gone through about 4 or 5 real-world examples about how to use these inequalities. The number one thing you want to pick out is the number, deciding if it's less than or equal to, and then rereading the sentence to see if the number that you're using can be included to color in your circle or make it less than or equal to. All right? Good luck.